Hello, everyone. Welcome to our first ever podcast by our Rajarshi Gurukul. My name is Shringar Shrestha, and I'm from grade 9, and I will be a lovely host for the first episode. And so for today's guest, we have our very beautiful Miss Karla here with us. So why don't you introduce yourself first?
Okay, so hello to everybody. My name is Karla. I'm from Zagreb, which is the capital of Croatia, and I came here with an organization named Isaac as a global volunteer. And yeah, I will be in your school for 6 weeks.
Oh.
Yes, and teaching you about sustainable development, a little bit of geography, help you with English, whatever you guys need.
That is great. We would love to have you for more, but 6 weeks is pretty long, but we wish we could have you more. So when did you actually come to Nepal?
I flew on the 12th of November,
Uh-huh.
and I'll be staying until Christmas Eve, so 24th of December.
I see. So how are you liking Nepal so far?
Oh, I'm loving it, yeah.
That is great. I mean, Nepal is a pretty beautiful country.
Yeah.
So, here in Nepal, I'm pretty sure like you've stayed here a lot and you've been out. What's your favorite food here?
My favorite food?
Yeah.
Oh wow, so I really like rice, and I like the rice with tofu. That's cool. But also I've tried spring rolls, which I know it's not Nepali, but it's different than in Croatia, so it was like a surprise for me.
I did not know that spring rolls were different in Croatia. But anyways, you should definitely try momos because momos are like
Oh,
the
I
best.
tried the momos. Yeah, I tried beef,
Uh-huh.
chicken, and I still waiting to try vegetarian.
I prefer chicken momo. So,
Really? Oh.
yeah. So you're from Croatia. So what's one thing you suggest us to do when we go to Croatia?
Oh, so we have really beautiful seas. So a lot of tourists when they come to Croatia, of course, they go swimming and sunbathing, and yeah, a lot of tourists go to the sea. But I would also suggest to go to the continental part of Croatia because we have really rich history and good food and a lot to learn about.
That's great. I would love to visit Croatia one
You
day,
should.
but because of COVID,
Yeah.
So how often do you travel?
Well, I love to travel, so I travel pretty often when I'm a university student. So I'm always working with my studies, so I'm always paying for my travels. So at least once in 2 months, I go to some short travel, like in Europe or somewhere near, because we have cheap flights from Europe. So we can go pretty much everywhere around it. But this year I was almost never home because I went to the Czech Republic on my student exchange. And after that, I spent my summer in the United States, and I came home for about a month. And now I'm here.
So you do travel quite a lot, don't you? Which is pretty fun because I would want to travel, but like I'm in grade 9 high school, I do need to focus on my studies too. So like in all of the places you've been, what's one thing that you find most common? Like, like how people are, or like the thing that you love the most about the country that you've been to?
Well, I'm always surprised with human like hospitality and just willing to help you. Even when I was like, we have this stereotype in Croatia. When I was, for example, going to Jordan or Morocco, like you should be careful and all that. But I never had any bad experience. I was always really welcomed, and if I would get lost or I don't know what should I do, where do I go, people would always help me. So there is one thing that I really love, and just meeting so many good people. I have now friends all over the world, and it's such a nice feeling, honestly.
I mean, having friends all over the world is pretty good, and it makes you very global too. It's like you have friends from US, you have friends from Croatia itself, and it's pretty fun. I mean, I would love to make more international friends too.
We have time, but also like the good thing is that when I come back to my home. To my hometown, I see how it changed me. How I have I have opinions different than from my peers.
Yeah.
because I saw the way that people think on the other part of the world, and that the thing that we learned when we were children and the things that are common in our country are not the truth, or it's not the common thing in the whole world. So
Yeah,
it's really fun to know.
yeah, it's like traveling all over the world. It makes you realize that there are like so many different people with so many different diversity, different opinions. But at the end of the day, like we all have that bond because
True.
it's like we live in this world, right? And it's a global bond, which is
Yeah.
pretty beautiful. It's very beautiful,
Yeah, I
actually.
agree. And like in the end of the day, we are all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So like doesn't matter if you're Croatian, doesn't matter if I'm Nepali. At the end of the day, we're human and we
Yes.
have humanity in us. So
I agree.
yeah, so now talking about a bit of high school because I'm in high school and yeah. So like you've been to a lot of places and obviously the schooling system, the Croatian education system and the Nepali education system is quite different.
Very
It's
different.
very different. So like what's the main difference that you've found out in the Nepali education system that's different from Croatian?
Okay, so I don't know how is it in other schools, but here you have so from first grade to the 12th grade, it's all in the same school. In Croatia, we have primary school,
Mhm.
which is separated from the high school. And in high school, at least in Zagreb, we choose which one do we want. For example, I just want like normal schooling, so I go to the normal high school. If you're good with languages, you will go to the language high school. If you're good in math, you will go to the one that is strong in math or chemistry or stuff like that. And the thing is, for example, here you go to school with the bus,
Yeah.
and I went to school with public transportation from my first year of high school until my last year. So
Yeah, I think having school buses is kind of helpful because, like, wake up in the morning, go in public transportations. That's kind of difficult.
yeah, it's a hassle.
Yeah, and it's quite nice that, like, in our school, obviously, like, we have all subjects mixed, right? And it's pretty cool too, like, knowing that you go to, like, different schools according to what you're good at. That's pretty great. It's different from the Nepali education system, obviously. And like in your high school and your university, what was like the one ECA or like what did you do except of studying? Because like me, I dance, I skate, and like that's my ECA here, and like it's pretty fun doing dancing and skating except of studies too. Like it makes you much more active, and like that. So what was your like extra activity that you took?
So in primary school, I was playing handball.
Ooh.
I don't know if that's like a popular sport here.
It's not that popular, but we can see few people playing it. So
Okay. So yes, I played handball and I was playing keyboards. And in high school, I went to drama group and movie group. So we were making movies. Also, we had like a media group when we would, for example, learn about film criticism and book criticism and just like creative thinking and critical thinking and stuff like that.
yeah, so you talked about going to drama clubs. I actually was in part of our drama production, and it was pretty cool. I do like acting too. Like I'm much more in the artsy things, so yeah, it was pretty cool. And so like, how was your schooling experience? Like, how was your high school experience in Croatia?
Well, I would say my high school experience was great, honestly. I have so many friends. Like still, I hang out with all of my friends from high school, and it was fun. Honestly, it was hard in some point. For example, I know that you have, for example, in Nepal you have science, but we have separated chemistry, physics, math, geography, history. So they're all separate subjects with separate teachers, and they all wanted us to study their subject the most, which is not always possible. But except from studying, I had really good experiences.
That's good. Like right now I'm in high school and I'm having an amazing time here. But again, it does get stressful time to time because like you're in high school, you
Yeah.
got to worry about a lot of things. And I'm pretty sure you went through those phases too. So what would you like what advices or like what would you say to students who are like going through things like advices and stuffs like that?
Well, regarding studying, I would always say don't be lazy because sometimes I was lazy and procrastinating the whole day and
Yeah.
then starting to study like in 9 in the evening. It's not a good idea. If you study a lot now, it will be easier in the future. You will have more possibilities and you will have free summer. You don't have to study.
That is true.
I don't know if you have like exams during the summer, after summer, if you fail some class, but it's like that in Croatia, so you don't have free summer. And that's a
So
really good thing to have.
yeah, it's like we usually don't have like a re-exam, things
Mhm.
like that. Like it's exam we study and it's over. So another thing, I do have to talk about this because you look great. I've seen you a couple of times in schools and you dress amazingly. So what is the thing? What is one outfit wear or anything that you can't leave the house with?
Okay, so first of all, I think that I dress really boring. Honestly,
That
like
is not true, but
I don't follow trends. I just wear what I like, and usually I just wear my sneakers and my jeans, and usually just some kind of vest or just a t-shirt, and that's it.
I mean, I totally don't think that your dressing style is boring because I've seen you a couple of times in school and you look
Well,
amazing.
that's my school clothes.
No, but still, you look really good. So yeah, you talked about sneakers. I can't leave the house with sneakers too. Like sneakers are the best. But yeah, it's good that you look good and you're like every time I see you, you look really good. So one thing, like I'm pretty sure you are up to the trend, like the fashion clothes or something. What's one trend? Could be the trend that has already gone, but what's one trend that you would want to bring back, like in the fashion thing?
Wow, okay, good question. So I really like that all this stuff, like retro stuff, are coming
Yeah.
back, and I really like coats. And recently, at least in Croatia, I don't know what the situation in Nepal, but like long coats are back, and I was really pleased with that.
I think long coats are back too, because like long coats are so stylish. Like it goes with literally everything. Again, like let's move back to your experience here in Rajarshi Gurukul.
Okay.
How are you liking Rajarshi Gurukul so fast? Because you do take classes in different grades, so.
Oh, I love it. Like first, I was so amazed with your English. I'm still amazed. Like every day, I learn some. I heard you, like I hear you talking, and I cannot believe that you're just kid. Like your English is so well. And the next year, and the next thing is the things that you're studying. They're really mature and just really smart. I don't know. I don't know I didn't have any expectations, but I was really amazed with your curriculum and your like activities. You have golf, right?
Yeah.
You have skating. Like I never skate at school. I just like skate outside, like on the street. And you have dancing and the music room. So yeah, it was.
Yeah, like you said, you played piano, I think, in your middle school, primary school, like that. You should probably go to the music room and start playing pianos again.
I honestly, I forgot. I can only, I think, play like a Christmas song. What is the name?
I mean, like,
Jingle bells, and that's it.
I mean, like it's not too late to start again. So
True. Yeah, but like also you have the pool.
yeah.
Yeah, we don't have pools really in high schools. So that's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, like I think I was a student here like since the beginning of the school. Like I was there like when it was established, and I was kind of shocked that they had a swimming pool inside because in my previous school we didn't have a swimming pool inside. And I was like, oh damn, they have a swimming pool. That is so cool.
Yeah.
And I was like so excited to go and swim there, and I had a really good time too. And yeah, it's pretty great.
Yeah, it's really good to have.
Yeah, so why don't you talk more about what you teach in Rajarshi Gurukul?
Okay, so my subject is called Learn the World, but as I'm part of the Sustainable Development project from Isaac, I also study about social development. There is 17 goals which are set by the United Nations to be achieved until 2030. So I'm talking about the goals with the children. For example, today I was talking with the fifth class and the sixth. We were talking about the goals, which one they think it's important to achieve, and yeah. So they usually just said climate change, quality education, peace and justice. So, and I agree with that.
Yeah, we did study about the 17 sustainable goals. Like I think we were in grade 6, 7.
Mm-hmm.
At least I was in grade 6 and 7, and I think our juniors are learning the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so important to learn about those things because like you're a human in this world, right? You're a citizen of a country, and like it's very important to learn about those things. Like you need to learn what's going on in the world and how can we develop the world more sustainably, of course. And it would be great if you could also teach our grade. It would be like really great if you could take some classes. So again, yeah, I mean, like you coming here and like trying like going to new countries, it's pretty adventurous and like you learn a lot of things. So what's one thing that you've learned a lot, like you've learned throughout the course of your travel time?
In Nepal or usually?
Yeah.
In Nepal.
Yeah.
So in Nepal, I learned that you are not really saying no to anything. So you want to be polite. So every time I say no to something, I'm like, okay, I was not supposed to say this. But yeah, I don't know. I just wish more people would travel. I mean, okay, it's not possible for everybody. But even, for example, if you cannot travel right now, as you said, because you're in the ninth grade,
Yeah.
like the world came to you like in one way. So that's also a fun thing to have and just learn about the world.
Yeah.
We're all so different, but again, so unique and the same.
Yeah. We're different, we're unique, but we're united at the same time. And like since the world has been so global, like yeah, I can't travel, but right now, but like somehow some part of the world is linked to me. Like you are from Croatia and you're linked to me, right? Even though I can't travel, and that's a really beautiful thing about this. And yeah, so now lastly, I would want to ask you what's more things you want to do here in Nepal, and what's more like what are the more things you want to do in your life?
Okay. So in Nepal, I would like to go hiking. I didn't have a chance to do that still, but I will on the weekend. I would like to see other parts of Nepal, not just the Kathmandu Valley, and into like in general in life. Well, after this, I would like to find a steady job and just to enjoy my life as I enjoyed until now.
Yeah. I mean, your life is pretty fun because like you travel so much and you go to different parts of the world and you experience things, right? And it's cool that and that, like you said, you want to travel more of Nepal, and I suggest you definitely go to Pokhara. It's a pretty
It's on my list, yeah.
Yeah, you should definitely go to Pokhara. It's a beautiful valley, and yeah, you should go there. Like you should do a lot of different activities. It's pretty fun. So yeah, it was great having you in our first episode of the podcast series.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and like saying this, this is the end of our podcast. And again, we have our beautiful Miss Karla here.